All right, next thing we want to talk about are coterminal angles. Okay, so coterminal angles are angles that end, right? Terminal means to terminate or to end at the same location. So why don't I give you an example of coterminal angles? We'll say 20 degrees and 380 degrees. These are coterminal. And let's figure out why. So if I'm looking at a circle, 20 degrees is right here. 20 degrees, right? So what we're saying is, if I found 380 degrees, it should be at the exact same location as the 20 degrees. So 380 degrees would be one full circle around, right? That's 360. Plus, to get to 380, I need to add an extra 20. So when I add that extra 20, I'm located at the same exact spot. Okay? So these are coterminal angles because they finish in the same location. So there's an easy rule. If I give you 20 degrees and I say find a coterminal angle, in order to do that, you just have to take that 20 and add a full circle to it. So we add 360 degrees and I get to 380. Now don't forget, you can go more than one direction, so you could also take that 20 degrees and subtract 360 degrees, and you would get negative 340 degrees. Okay, just so you guys can see that. If this is 20 degrees right here, right, we went up 20. Another way to get to that same spot would be moving in a negative direction, almost a full circle, right, almost 360 degrees, but I'm going to stop just shy at this spot. I'm going to stop 20 degrees shy of 360, which would be at negative 340. Okay, so anytime they ask you to find a coterminal angle, it's nice and simple. All you have to do is either add or subtract 360 to find coterminal angles. Now, we will get the same thing to happen, but it'll happen in radians. Okay, so we might say, I might give you something like 3 pi over 5. So we'll do it in radians. And I might say find a coterminal angle. Okay, so if I'm starting with 3 pi over 5, I could either add a full circle or I could subtract a full circle. But because I'm in radians, we have to remember that a full circle is not 360 degrees. Technically, a full circle is 2 pi. Okay? All right, just like always, if I'm adding fractions, I need a common denominator. So if this denominator is a 5, if I multiply the bottom by 5, I have to multiply the top by 5, and that would be 10 pi over 5. Okay? So if I got 3 pi over 5 plus 10 pi over 5, I will get 13 pi over 5. That'll be a positive coterminal angle. And now same thing over here. When I get a common denominator, I'm going to get 10 pi over 5 again. But this time when I subtract the two, 3 pi minus 10 pi will give me negative 7 pi over 5. Okay, so nice and simple. Coterminal, when this happens and it's in degrees, you add or subtract 360 degrees. If it's in radians, you add or subtract 2 pi. And don't forget to get a common denominator when this happens. And there you go.